It's not illegal to look at dirty pictures on the internet, but it's also something you'd probably not want everyone to know about. The bad guys know that, and they want to embarrass you into paying them to keep your downloads on the down low. This is my friend's personal laptop. It's being held hostage. It's not a joke. It's infected with a nasty computer bug called the FBI virus. Here's an agent from the FBI.
The screen pops up, makes people believe that they've been captured doing something wrong, and then asks them for money.
And whose fault is it that my friend's computer is being held for ransom? Blame morning radio. Here's how it started. My pal was listening to a morning radio show. They were talking about how a former Miss USA got caught doing something inappropriate. My curious colleague decided to surf the internet and see what this former beauty queen looked like. Typed in something like naughty Miss USA into Google and was led to a dirty website. Almost immediately, this screen popped up on his computer, and it won't go away. It freaked my buddy out. It claims the U.S. government caught him looking at something illegal, unauthorized, bad. And now the government Internet Crimes Division is seizing his computer, rendering it unusable. And to spook him out even more, his webcam was turned on, and his face appeared on the screen. Busted! I brought the computer to Fox 2 IT guy, Lawrence.
This is a malware, and it's specifically designated as ransomware.
Ransomware. According to the nasty notice, the FBI will forgive you for a first offense, but you have to pay them $300 to release your computer. But of course, the FBI isn't really behind this. Nasty internet extortionists are. Bob Beckman of the FBI says his office gets lots of calls from people who are fooled, and the feds sure don't like this.
It's offensive to us that someone would use the FBI to try to prey on victims in society.
He says a lot of people have paid the guys posing as the FBI to get their viruses removed. What happens if you do?
They're not going to do anything.
It's just a way to
extort money.
Lawrence is going to try to fix the computer. As soon as you log on, the FBI virus screen appears and won't go away.
We'll start with using a tool called Malware Bytes, and we'll see if that detects the malicious software. Once it detects it, it will then remove it.
That didn't work. The nasty FBI page is still there.
This has a restore point, so we'll restore to maybe a Monday or Tuesday before he started seeing this particular issue.
No go. Lawrence can't get the bug off the computer. After all, he's the guy who installs programs, not someone who has to remove super malicious viruses. But the techs at Grosse Pointe Geek are. How common is this?
Very common. It's rampant right now. We've been seeing it for probably the past year. Definitely the brunt of our business. Not always serious infections such as these, but just viruses in general.
Nathan says the FBI virus is most effective when users are looking at adult-oriented websites, because the whole idea is to freak the person out by claiming they've been looking at something they're not supposed to.
Everything it shows there is definitely fiction. The user has not done any of these activities.
Nathan says it's a big job to remove this bug, and we'll have to leave the computer overnight. The next day, Evan, another technician, fills us in.
It did have, a variant of the FBI virus on there. It was a fairly tricky one to remove. It took us a number of hours and a number of scans.
Evan claims if you get this virus, you need to hire a professional to get rid of it.
It's very sneaky. There are a number of variants, some of which do tricky things like regenerate themselves if you plug it into the internet.
Grosse Pointe Geek fixed my friend's computer, a computer that worked just fine until he listened to morning radio. Sounds like kind of a lame excuse to me, too. That's a shame alert. I just want to make this very clear. My friend is not me. He's a real person who told me about this, and I told him to bring me the computer. He was super embarrassed about it and almost paid the money thinking it would remove the virus. But it doesn't, so don't. Also, it may not just be porn sites that give you this virus, but the idea is to humiliate you into paying. So that's the most likely place you're going to pick up this virus.